incorporating a septic tank. Septic tank is a thing that some of our old houses have instead of being connected to the sewer system.
Yeah.
In a city. The drainage system incorporating a septic tank. Yeah, so his name is Jack Sewage Eye.
Spiral chunk. What spiral chunk?
Oh, the stream came on for like a second and then went right back off.
It's coming back now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not a lot of people knew that. When I told them that at first, they were like, what? No, he's just Jack Septic Guy. I was like, what do you think septic means? One of the most popular streamers in the world is like making a butt joke. Yeah, to his name.
Is it back up?
Yeah, it's up now. Markiplier comes from the terminology of multiplier, and his name was Mark, so he just Markiplier. So that wasn't too hard to follow. PewDiePie, I'm not really sure if it was supposed to be like PewDiePie, but he just went with PewDiePie because he was a gun game streamer at first, so you know, PewDiePie. Probably how that worked.
I don't know.
His real name is like Felix, isn't it? Oh, is that how you're supposed to harvest it?
It says so. It doesn't give me any new stuff there. Should add more there. So I don't know.
Yeah, Felix. Yeah, so that actually makes sense. I didn't know Jack was another name for Sean. That's weird. I know that Richard, another name for Richard in America is Dick.
I'm back in a little bit. Need some air.
Oh, okay, get some air. Yeah, Felix. Is it Yolberg? I don't know how you would say that. That sounds like Swedish. But yeah. So septic guy, I guess, like usually when they're referring to something that's septic, it is something that has a lot of bad bacteria in it. So septic guy makes sense now. I was always wondering about what it really means. Because usually septic isn't used except for like septic tank, and that's just raw sewage. So for the longest time, I thought his name was basically Jack Brown Eye. Kojelberg. So Felix Kojelberg. Huh. Cool. The more you know. And the Swedish, eh? I have Swedish roots, but I've never been there. I'm both Danish and Swedish, and I've never been to either one of those places. 2% Swedish. I'm not really sure about my percentages, although if I had to guess, I would guess that I'm more Irish and German than I am anything else. Definitely more Irish and German. I'm also Jewish, but that's by choice, not by
Felix
I wasn't
Kjellberg.
really into it. What's that?
Felix Kjellberg.
It did?
That's the name, Felix Kjellberg.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't able to say that. I was just reading it as like Yelberg.
Oh, it's Kjellberg.
Because I know a lot of the Germans will pronounce, or a lot of like German style languages pronounce J's as Y's.
Yeah.
So my last name is Janssen in Germany instead of Johnson.
Jensen?
Yeah. It'd be Janssen instead of Johnson.
Oh, Jonsson.
Yo!
Jawohl.
That words.
Oh, Edgar.
Vodka.
Edgar.
Huh?
Oh, Edgar. Haven't you seen Hello Hello? Hello Hello?
Are you just speaking Norwegian to me now?
No.
I
Hello Hello?
don't know no Norwegian.
Hello
I
Hello?
barely even say your country name properly.
Kajoshi. Yeah, I kind of noticed.
You're 50% Japanese.
It's super annoying. I can't build MK2.
But you were
Why?
saying that was super annoying. Like you're half Japanese. That's super annoying. What? You can't build the MK2? Is it just not finished yet?
I don't know.
Can you speak Japanese then, Yoshi? I figured you knew some words Japanese because Yoshi is like the name of one of the
Skipping
characters in the
frames
Mario
also
gang
now.
there.
What's going on? Why is it skipping frames?
I only know certain words like Konnichiwa and Hakujin and Gaijin and Kokojin, but it's like it's said differently. It's not just Kokujin. It's like Kokowajin and Hakuajin instead of Hakujin. And I know things like yeah, well, if you put it in Japanese characters, I can't read it.
Here is a different one. When was this upgraded?
I know Echichose. And only he knows what that is. Yamate Kudasai on that one, huh? Oh, so he might not know what I said. Well, basically, from what I can understand, is Hakujin means white man or white human, and Kokoajin means black human, and Gaijin means foreigner or foreign man or whatever, foreign human. So if you're like in Japan and you hear someone say Kaijin, they're referring to you. It's not like a racist or anything. It just means black man, white man, foreign man.
So let's do this then. There is a synthetic fiber here.
Namco Kudasai.
So let's see. Is it that one? No, not the quantum locker. Not there. Test module override.
Oh, now he's speaking your language.
Vi kan ikke snakke norsk, men broren min kan det. I can't talk Norwegian, but my brother can.
You can't speak Norwegian? Oh, he can't.
He can't. His brother can. Didn't I have one salvage wreckage here? I do. Put those in there. Put that in there. Is that enough to build that thing?
So your primary language then is English, Yoshi? Ah. So you live in Norway? Speak English and you're half Japanese? That's gonna throw people off. What is this? What's going on?
I'll take that one also. Pick it up. Throw away those, throw away that one. So then I need to search for that thingy. Parallel processing unit. No, that wasn't wrong. Processing unit, fragment location. 6 minutes. Do I want to watch 6 minutes and a commercial to see it?
Oh, you live in the United States? Do you have a common United States accent, or do you think you have like the Japanese English accent? Because I know you said you don't really speak Japanese, so you probably don't have that accent.
Dr. Disrespect is live.
Yeah, welcome him back to the fold.
Yeah, show me, show me, show me.
When you speak Japanese, accent can slip. Ah.
But I'm not
Well, it's
now.
probably
What am
'cause
I
you
going
heard your
to
parents speak English and they have an accent, so you just learned how to say things that way when you were growing up, you know? Could be, I don't know.
Hi, Alpha. It's buggy. It's been buggy for me. It kicked me out just a minute ago. Oh, darn, so slow to show where the location is. You're going around the island. You're going to the shipwreck wreckage. Oh, you're going on top of the island. You're going on the island. I think I remember that now. No, you're going down. Last time it was on the island. Please don't need the laser cutter. I don't want to use the laser cutter. I need to use the laser cutter. Oh my god. That's a laser door. Where is it then? Let's see where it is. Then I can find the laser cutter. Yeah, okay, there. I see. Yeah, probably. Subnautica below zero, laser cutter fragment. Boom.
Oh, he just recently
3 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute.
adjusted his stream, and then it was acting
4
a little
minutes.
strange there for a little bit.
1 minute. 1 minute is good. He's cheating.
Who?
Nah, he's not cheating. He's using the scanner room. Yeah, I did that. I'm going down.
Yeah, but it only gives him like what, 30 more seconds?
No, 60.
Oh, okay.
I upgraded the extra tank also.
Oh, okay.
So the laser cutter is in the monkey place. In the monkey place. In the nests. No, it's not in the nests.
I have to do this 100 times.
Let's go and get the laser cutter.
I have to do that 100 times to match up to the amount of cookies I have.
Oh my god. Ah, I have so much crap. Let's get rid of some crap first.
Okay.
Can I throw some in there?
Or when I came on after I went out to lunch and I came back and his stream looked like it was six frames per second.
Yeah, it was the same like the last time I did the Subnautica, so I don't know what's up with that.
I'm wondering if they haven't figured out the cache process yet. So you might like fill your RAM up to a certain point, and the RAM's like, I don't know what to do, because the game doesn't tell it to drop memory.
Seek fluid intake.
Seek fluid intake. So I hope that doesn't continue. Maybe it was the mod I was trying to install. There is the monkey place. I was trying to install a mod that would show you how much biofuel was in each of the fishes. So I would know. They're a monkey.
Suppose we're just gonna have to base that off of memory then, huh?
No laser cutter there. Maybe that's stupid taking the whole thing down.
What's this one called? Zero something?
What?
This Subnautica?
Below zero?
Below zero? Okay.
So let's disconnect that one and just take the little one. It's a little bit faster also. Do that show? Yeah, that has a marker. And that's nothing in that nest. Stupid monkey.
The top 5 Subnautica biofuels. Penglings. Or penguin creatures, I guess.
Pinglings? Yeah.
Then root pastole.
Just
to give 560 fuel.
Just give me the best fish.
The best one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And location. And color.
Remember, one is the newt fish.
Newt fish?
Oh no, that only gives 490. Hold on. They didn't arrange this properly. 420, 280, 560.
Northern Rock hopper penguin. No, I don't. Can I breed him? If I can't breed him, there's no point. I can't go collecting one-on-one.
The root pistol is one of the best bioreactor fuels in Subnautica below zero. It gives a whopping 560 fuel value. It only takes up 1 slot. Oh, it's a mid-game find and it cannot be farmed.
So let's go further in here. This was where I was coming from. Let's go in here again. That way. Not there. Okay.
So, the most like amount that you can get is the newt or the the newt fish. But you can't like plant it and make more. You can't farm it. I don't know if you can farm it inside the aquarium, which is possible, I guess.
If it's a fish, it's breedable.
Yeah, and I guess there are predatory fish found in lily pad biomes.
That's not what I need.
They're farmable. They only take up 1 slot. They give 490 fuel value. They're found relatively early in the game, so just find a lily pad biome and you'll find those fish.
Yeah. Somebody joined an alpha, probably.
Probably. Yep.
Do I really need to look at the tutorial to find the entrance? I hate looking at tutorials.
You hate the what?
Looking at tutorials.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty vague usually, too. They're just like, just head in this direction and do this thing. Like, what?
What is that thing? That's the mobile bay. I don't need a mobile bay. Get water.
If he dies inside his ship, he just respawns back inside his ship.
Yeah, if I'm connected to the other part.
Yeah.
So I need to connect to the other part.
Starvation, just whatever.
I need to be connected to this thing now. Turn.
Oh.
There. I think I have it. No, I don't have it yet.
Okay.
Oh, that was the wrong way. That's why I didn't connect. Oh,
He
no.
will lose items, but if he's...
I didn't pick up anything.
Oh no. You're not gonna respawn if you don't get that thing clicked back on.
Darn. Yeah, it clicked back on.
Whew. Trying to give us a heart attack? Man, you gotta fix that thing. Took some damage that last attack.
You did?
Yeah, the head of it's like less than 50%.
Oh my god, yeah.
You have 2 HP.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Maybe it was the wrong one. I was inside. Ah. Where did he go? Where did he go? It was a deeper part.
He's got a mod that shows where the fragments are.
No, it's not the mod, it's a scanner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start from scratch and see. Where was my base? Over there. Not there. That might seem correct. No, I've been here. It's not here. Do I really need to make that scanner? It should be easy enough to find. Maybe there's 2 of those. Doesn't look like there is any more entrances. Maybe here. There's no plant here though.
Paris Hilton has a YouTube channel.
Nah.
Yeah. It's a documentary of her life, and it's absolutely free. You don't have to be YouTube Red or anything to have it.
Nah, pass.
I might give it a watch. Maybe, perhaps, might be.
It feels like it's this place.
My Facebook keeps recommending me to friend people I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, why not?
And they're always girls.
Ah.
When I go and look at their profile, it's like it's pretty obvious what kind of work this girl does for a living, you know? I'm not against it, but I'm not going to be her friend on Facebook. I don't know her. She doesn't know me.
I'm just gonna make the scanner. I wasn't planning on making the scanner on this part of the map though, but... And my home is... there. Ah, there's a jungle part there
A
also.
little highlights clip I made. I made a YouTube video.
You made one?
Yeah, I made one.
You and Paris Hilton?
No. Nothing like that.
Ah, come on, let me go. There we go.
Just highlights of video gaming. Just post it in Discord so you can see it there. There we go. Pick up the URL though.
You should really do get rid of the Paris Hiltons of the world.
Well, Paris Hilton now is a lot better than she was when she was 18, 20 years old.
Oh my god, I'm so blonde. Look at me.
I mean, she's only famous because of the Hilton hotels, right?
Is that who she's related to?
Coral
Yeah,
couple
that's why she's
gold.
famous.
So take those 3.
And also she
Copper.
was, you know, quite attractive for the time. So,
Copper, gold.
but today she's like in her close to 40 years old or something like that.
I'm sorry, she was never attractive back then.
Well, you know, that's what TV sitcoms would have you believe was
Oh,
attractive back then.
you are low, Alpha.
I am low.
Yeah. Or maybe it was the music in the game. And probably the music in the game.
Well, the laptop is kind of a foot and a half away from me.
I'll put it in general.
Hang on, let me do
Why
the
can't I build it? I should be able to build it. Why can't I build it? I don't want it there. There, I can have it there. That's okay.
Is that a bit better? Ah, that's hot coffee.
Yeah, I do hear you.
Ow, 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 ow.
That's both louder and hot. Hot coffee.
Hot coffee right now.
Oh my god, you're so
you like
hot,
a little
Alpha.
No.
I think I
Did
need...
you have socks on so it just sat there and kept heating your foot?
No.
Uh,
My trouser leg which stuck to my foot.
Oh,
I think I need a chip. Ugh. Why did I put it there?
The box which is fine. It's alright, I've had to put you on the screen so I can see Discord.
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek gallery intake immediately.
Scanner room HUD chip. Then I need a chip. And 2 copper magnetite and a chip.
there, I posted the video that I made. It's just highlights of gaming throughout my Xbox career, I guess. Of the ones that I could remember to actually make a video of.
The ones that you clipped. You remember the
Seek
clip.
fluid intake immediately.
Yeah. Chip.
Oh, quick, clip.
Copper.
Yeah, I always forgot that that was like one of the things you could do.
Is it like pressing 4 buttons at once to clip it?
No, you just gotta press the home button and press Y.
I just
But
need to
always forgot
turn
that
the
you could do
music
that.
off. There.
On computer you can do it too, but it's like I think it's like Windows G button, and then it'll pop up with the Xbox app.
Yeah.
And then you click something.
Oh, yeah, the game bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windows plus the G button.
Is all the magnetite in...
Oh, so what are you guys thinking about the new Xbox? And the
Well,
new
the-
version?
I actually
It
don't
looks like
think
the
it's worth it.
No, I don't think it is either. It's $200 cheaper, but they omit a lot of things that the Xbox has. It's
Look, you
got
already
less
have
power.
everything.
Well, it's got less power than the the first one that they'd come out with that's $500. It doesn't have the Blu-ray drive that's 4K UHD.
Me, yeah, Athlum. They call me Athlum. Athlum. Or Alpha.
But,
Or Magic.
or should we go with what Squirrel's butt used to call it? ATL 3 meters.
Oh my god.
ATL.
Who
Dude,
did say?
ATL's a place in America.
Who said that again? I forgot that.
That was Squirrel's chat to voice box thing.
Oh yeah, that was the scrolls chat. Oh my
Because you were
god.
like, oh my god, why is it calling me that? You were like, in chat, it's Athlum. And the bot was still like,
I hated that box.
ATL 3 meters.
Yeah, I need to put that
The
in
ATL
there.
is actually a place in America, in Atlanta.
It is?
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. They call it ATL for short.
No. Me in Atlanta.
Isn't it written on the planes?
Yep. ATL is a referral to kind of like a heritage place.
Fragments.
Like, I don't know, you've been to America, so people are pretty patriotic
No.
to America,
Did I make
but
a
they're
chip?
even more patriotic to... You've never been here?
Me? Who?
But
I
Oh, okay.
I flew into Atlanta, Georgia twice. I
Yeah.
made that 4 times return trip. Because I went to Dallas, Fort Worth. So I had to
Oh,
fly
okay.
into Atlanta first, to go to Fort Worth.
Oh, I can just
I
stay
will
here.
eat something.
No, I'm gonna die.
Jesus. Do you realise how annoying it is when people do that?
So let's see, I
but
have
yeah,
fragments now.
in America, we really love our country, right? We're very patriotic about it, but we're also more loyal to our state than we are to our country. More relevant in Texas than it is in other places.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's one is the closer one, I think.
But if you were to go to Texas, people are like, Texas everything. That live there. Then, you know, you wouldn't see people in Minnesota like, yeah, Minnesota's the best state. You probably wouldn't see that very often, but you will see it in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Not the one I was looking for.
Yeah. My friend that just moved down to Texas a couple years ago already is like that. He moved down there from Minnesota because he didn't like the gun laws in Minnesota. He moved to Texas.
Oh, I found a very interesting TV program to watch.
What?
It's on Amazon Prime at the moment. Alaska State Troopers.
Alaska
Oh,
State
yeah,
Trooper.
yeah. That was actually aired here.
Atlam's Norwegian, Magic's American, I'm English. I come from Britain.
Yeah, that's why when you hear her speak, her English is a little slower, and it has a
She
different
thinks
accent than
so.
mine. What's that?
Call me slower.
No. You know, when Americans speak, we speak really quick, like there's a time limit.
Yeah. Right.
Unless you're from like Texas, then it's slower, like way slower.
Yeah, I did find in Texas too. Quite easy to understand people there.
Yeah.
When you go everywhere else, everybody, yeah, you okay? It's like, slow down.
Can you write that down so I can understand anything you just said? Because I'm actually from Florida, so I'm actually from the Deep South area, but I don't have my accent from that area anymore. Because that was like many years ago. That was like 17, 20 years ago or something like that. So I don't have that accent anymore. I still say certain words that way, but not a lot. Like dolphin and volume instead of volume and dolphin.
Is that a stupid monkey? Nope, that was no monkey.
It's really funny. So I had an English teacher. So I grew up playing RuneScape, right? And originally RuneScape, the way they spelled armor was with a O-U-R. So when I was writing this essay down, I would spell armor without the U, and I would spell it with the U. And she never marked me down on it. Because she said they're both correct. So I'm an English teacher, so I can't tell you that one of them is spelled correct and the other one isn't, when they're both actually English words that are spelled correctly. It's like when you write gray in America, if you write it G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y, they are both correct. Because Canadians write it G-R-A-Y, and America writes it G-R-E-Y, but it means the same thing.
Hey, so what happened to my stuff? Ah, I lost battery. I lost power.
That's okay, we literally can make batteries out of thin air. We figured out how to do that earlier this morning. If you make a scanner for 2 titanium, then take the battery out of it, and then put the scanner in the recycler, it'll make a battery and a titanium.
Yeah.
So for the cost of 1 titanium, you get 2 batteries, and I think a piece of rubber, was it?
Yeah, that was if you make cells. This thingy. I can put this thingy in there. So now you'll have a battery and a titanium. But if you do this, and you choose the scanner like this, and take out the battery, so it's no battery in there now, and then go in that one, then you get another battery.
So he's literally creating matter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Must be a god on this planet.
They're probably gonna fix that. Oh, yeah, it's still in there.
I'm sure they will.
It's like on Ark, I found something on one of the maps nobody's found.
So let's see.
Me and Atlan were talking about the Brexit earlier.
Oh god. Oh god.
I was trying to figure out, like, is it going to destroy everybody else that's in the European Union, or?
Most probably, considering we're the ones that bail every bugger else out.
Yeah. Well, Germany's in it too, so you know they're pretty financially savvy, right?
Yes. But considering the amount of money we actually do put into the, the European Union, it's a case of they're going to be losing out on so many billion a day.
Ooh, who's important?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's but yeah, well, because like earlier I was asking hard questions because I couldn't figure it out. I think I figured it out, but I didn't know for sure.
Do I actually
Scotland is part of the Britain area, right? But
Yes.
not Ireland, except for North Ireland, which is.
Northern Ireland's part of UK. Scotland's connected to South Wales. But
Yep.
some of the Scottish Parliament want to be separate and want to stay in the EU. But it's a case of they already had a referendum on that, and the majority want to stay part of the UK. And now the Scottish, Parliament Minister, whatever she is, has got her butt out again. I decided that she wants another referendum.
Makes sense. They want to be independent.
They don't have the money to do it.
Well, if they join the EU, they might.
No.
But it's going to be a hard time for them if they do get what they want. Yeah.
They would go bankrupt in a month.
Yeah. We're going to have issues for sure.
Yeah, because if I can remember it correctly, we give the European Union every day about 20-something billion to be in the European Union. But 12-point-something billion missing from that every day. As in, they don't account for where it's going in the, bill. So once it goes into the EU part, it disappears. So they can't work out where that goes.
That's a lot of money there. But America does that all the time. We don't know where $73 billion went. What are you talking about? It just went somewhere.
Yeah, but if you think about it, with the UK being the way it is, people are like, well, hang on a minute, where's all this money going? They finally woke up to this and it's like, well, it's not going to happen. We want out.
Yeah. What I was saying was that, like, the votes for it was 52% for departure and 48% against. I was like, 52% doesn't feel like enough of the people want to split from the European Union. You know what I mean? I mean, it is, obviously, if you're doing it like, but like, we're not talking about like, who wants to watch this movie versus this movie? Well, 52%, and then 48% goes, all right, I guess. But when we're talking about like a decision that big, I feel like the percent should be a little higher than 50. Yeah.
Out of 58
Yeah, the cuttlefish.
voted, there was 58 million that voted. And only like 7%, 7 million, only 7% of, well, 7 million of them, ones that turned around and said, yes, we want to stay. So, if you think about it, that's more 50% wanted to.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Because I was kind of looking at like, that's not a decision you make based off of 2%, is it? You know, like. But I guess it makes sense if you say it that way.
Yeah. When it came to the Scottish referendum, it was 58% wanted to stay. And then 82% wanted to leave. So that's where I know that number comes from. But I know when it came to the amount of people vote today in the EU, the vote
Oh yes, a laser cutter.
higher.
Oh, the laser cutter fragments. Sweet.
You finally found the piece.
Yeah, he just needs one more.
One more.
Yeah, I watch a YouTuber that's from Scotland and a YouTuber that's from Ireland. Because I didn't know what the difference really even was, if there was one. And there obviously is, I just didn't know of it. And, but she spoke on the Brexit. She was like, we don't want to leave. They want to leave.
Okay, come back next time. Come back next time. Cool, you dropped by. There it is. There it is. There's the last one. Ha ha.
Very nice. Oh my gosh.
Now
What hit
I.
you that your helmet got damaged? Was there a explosive fish?
Yeah, always.
Oh, okay.
The scariest thingies in the game. So, how do I get out? Not there.
This kind of reminds me of, do you remember Forsaken 64?
Yeah, I didn't play it, but yeah.
I remember the name.
Well, the United Kingdom, you guys were really big into computers back in the day, and there was a game that Forsaken is based off of that you might more or less remember. Because you guys were really into like Commodore 64 and like
Yeah.
those old computers. It wasn't a big deal here, but in the UK it was huge. The market was huge for it there.
Wasn't the Commodore 64 one of the first consoles that came out?
No!
But, yeah, they
Holy
sold
crap,
them.
you just scared the living crap out of me.
No!
You scared him. He got scared by something.
Yeah, his thingy just blew up.
Oh, so many fish in there.
That was my module.
Fish.
That was my first module. Darn it! Can't I pick it up again?
No.
That really sucks.
Can you repair it?
Doesn't look like.
No, it's completely blown up.
That's no good.
Crap out of me.
Stupid fishes.
Yeah.
You're going to have to move quickly because you've got very little health.
Come on.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Catch you later, Yoshi.
Yeah, have a good one.
Take it, take it easy.
So now I need to make another ship. That sucks.
And well, at least you got the scanner though, right?
It's good I have all those stuff here though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I lost the module. Let's see here. I need to create advanced. Oh no, lead again? Come on.
Yep.
Welcome aboard.
I only have one. I have two.
I have to look up the British YouTuber. He's the one that told me about it.
I want that one. I need to make a chip, but I need coral, and I don't have coral, and oh my god, that sucks.
I think date with Florida.
What about Florida?
I watch a YouTuber from Florida.
Ah.
Omar.
If you listen to like when you're supposed to make an all sound, like volume, he'll say A instead. So it'd be like volume. I used to live in Florida.
I have noticed that, you know, the way he says stuff can, you know, is different.
Yeah.
Cheers out.
But we're so spread out over here. Sometimes they'll be like, I live in Florida, but they won't have like a Floridian accent. So they're not like from there. And then Florida itself has two accents. You have the Bayou people and then the regular people. The Bayou people being the guys who like live off the land, they'll have a whole different accent.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna take me a while to find this, I know it.
There's corals.
He responded to my comment, which is really rare on YouTube, for me anyway, because I always watch like people who are really famous.
Yeah.
Because I asked him, hey, that game looks like Forsaken 64, Forsaken 64 must have been based on it. He said, indeed it was. I wish there was a way where I can like find where my comments are.
Do you like videos? As in,
I do sometimes, but very rarely.
did you know there is a part of the tab on YouTube actually your liked videos?
Oh. Is it now? Like history? Oh, let's see. Your liked videos. Okay. Yeah, maybe I did like that one because it was one that I was particularly interested in. Nope, I didn't. It's a very long time ago. Okay.
That's one lead. That's what I need, one lead. Ah, did I do it? Did I do it? Dun dun dun.
He's the guy from Game Hunt. Or Fact Hunt? I think it was. Yeah, Larry Bundy Jr.
Don't recognize the name. Oh, I had a right chuckle over at a YouTuber. You know, needs gaming.
Who?
It's gaming.
I only hear you say gaming.
Needs.
Meebs? No, I don't.
Yeah. They did a live. Now that hilarious. They basically did an ARC one where they said, you know, give you the server password and everything, and tackle. They got maximum amount of people into the server within 2 minutes, and they ended up having to accept the server.
Oh, jeez.
Because there was that many of them in it, it just totally and utterly lagged out.
Why would people act such a way?
So there. Lead, and that's for lead. That's for the ship. See. Yeah. 2 glass. Chip. That's 1 glass. That's 2 glass. I need that one, I need gold.
You see, when the channel themselves likes, oh wait, here it is. I think it is. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, sweet. Go to this video. Perfect.
Oh,
Copper wire. Chip.
Descent 2.
And 2 gold.
So that's what Forsaken 64 is based on. Descent 2, and it's a champion holder in the United Kingdom.
yeah.
Like, it was the first actual 3D shooter. And it was on, he'll say in a second here. The first Descent was. the record holder. It's a Guinness Book of World Record holder for being the first fully three-dimensional world, offering 6 degrees of freedom, meaning that you can literally look anywhere you want. So it's the first game to ever have done it.
Oh my god, I need lead for that also.
Tricky to navigate, and some players have feelings of nausea.
I'm not surprised considering.
Yeah.
I should move it.
You'll know
Put it
what
there.
screwdrivers I need. Right,
Let me see.
I bought a screwdriver set, Magic. It's one for. It's the T8, the T9, the T7.
Oh, for like an Xbox controller?
Yeah, and it had a few other different ones with it.
Yeah.
Thing is, it fits the Xbox, the actual Xbox itself. But the Xbox controller, I've had a look at the screws in mine, and once the controller has a little piece in the centre, so one that's got like a hole in the centre of it.
Hmm?
And the screwdriver doesn't have that.
It's got a hole in the center of it?
Yeah, the ones for the remote do, yeah.
The Xbox?
The outside controller, or the outside one should have a peg in the middle of the screw,
Yeah.
but the inside ones won't have that.
When I take the back bit off the remote, you know, the little bits on the handheld bit,
Yep.
them ones have got the little peg in it.
Yeah.
But the
Those are-
screwdriver I've got doesn't have
Those
that.
are. Oh. There's a trick to it, and those pegs are not very strong.
Oh.
So if you want, you can take a small flathead screwdriver and just kind of twist it in there, and it'll pop that. It'll pop that off.
Awesome.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, they're not very strong. Those are called Torx bits, but what they use is Torx security screws. So you need a Torx security screwdriver,
Yeah.
and that'll have the hole in it. But they're really, because of the size of them, they're very easy to just snap the peg out of there.
Because I got the set through and everything, because I ordered the set. Great, I'll be able to fix the remote when it gets here.
Yeah.
Got the set through, was like, right, take the back bit off, and it's like, oh great.
But keep in mind that when you take an Xbox controller apart, some of the pieces will just fall out
Oh,
Yeah. It's
because they're not soldered in. The headset jack specifically is not soldered in.
there's strings in there also, I guess.
Yep, there's
At
springs. The springs probably won't fall apart because the spring you're talking about for the trigger, that's a all-in-one unit. Like you have to specifically be taking that apart for the springs to pop out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but isn't there strings on the analogs also? At least there was on the PlayStation 1 controller.
No, the analogs are an all-in-one unit,
Yeah, okay.
completely enclosed into itself.
um,
So you're talking about like the Nintendo Switch too. Like the Switch has an all-in-one unit that always goes bad.
yeah,
Like the original ones that came out, for some reason it goes bad where it'll have a drift, where like if you put it down your character will still turn.
or walk sideways. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because my brother was having that problem. So I was going to fix his because I actually got one of them little triangle.
Yeah, tri-wing screwdrivers.
But
Yep.
one I've got is too big to fit in screwdriver or screws.
If I were you, I would just buy something from China.
Yeah.
Just buy like a game bit setup, and they'll send you everything. You can get into an Xbox, a Sega, or whatever, and it'll be like $10. And they also send you a couple of thick plastic priors.
Yeah.
It's weaker plastic than the systems are made out of on purpose. So like if you break it, that's okay, no damage to your console. Who cares about the tool?
Yeah.
Because okay, so when I repair controllers, I can't just pluck the peg out.
Yeah.
Because I have to sell this, right? So I have to sell it as intended.
Yeah.
I can't do even that would be considered a mod, so some people won't buy that. Some people won't even, most people won't notice, but some people who are like, I really want this for its originality, and you've changed the screws. So, because I remember back in the day when I worked in the shop, I used to take the screws out of a Nintendo and replace it with equivalent Phillips head screws.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, people would thank me for that. And then as the system got older, people were against me doing that, so I had to stop.
Yeah, but if you're replacing it with, mind you, kind of put value down on it though, don't you?
Well, it's not that you're putting the value down, because I had to go in there and repair it anyway, so they're sold as refurbished.
Yeah.
So already the value kind of both goes up and down. It goes up because I had to do parts in it. It goes down because it's not original.
Yeah.
But yeah, what happened was I would replace it with Phillips so that if they ever needed to make a repair, they could get into it without having to buy the screw. Because at the time, we didn't really have China as a dispenser for that kind of stuff. We actually had to buy it from Nintendo themselves, and they would charge you like $30 for this tiny little piece of metal.
Wow.
There were other ways to get into it, but they were wildly inaccurate. So we didn't use those ways because it would possibly damage the system, so we didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But these days, I literally bought a kit that cost me like $30, and it gives me everything I could possibly need for any system that's out there currently.
Nice.
And yeah, $30 for a whole kit in comparison to one little bit. Because what the Nintendo did for the Super Nintendo, the regular Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, there's a screw called a game bit screw. So you have to actually buy something called a game bit to undo them.
Wow.
And since Nintendo no longer supported Nintendo 64, they sold the game bit to people outside of the company. And that's how we got a hold of it, so we could fix the Nintendo 64s and everything. And that also, Game Gear, Sega Game Gear, I think Sega Genesis cartridges also had the game bit. So there's a 3.5 game bit, which they generally use on Game Boy games, regular Nintendo games. So the game cartridges would be using a 3.5, and the game consoles would be using the Sega consoles use regular screws. But the 64, the Super Nintendo, the regular Nintendo, they used a 4.5 game bit. So you had to buy 2 game bits.
I've just put in Discord the screw set that I picked up.
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie immediately.
Yeah, precision screw set. That's not a bad deal either. 7 UK pounds. 7 pounds is a pretty decent deal.
Yeah, it dropped in price as well. It was about £10.
I might buy one of these. This looks. I really like that handle.
Yeah. It's nifty because you can just unscrew the top bit, and then put screw head into it, and then, well, not the.
Yeah. See, so you,
No,
it says that you
down.
browsed. Oh yeah, it says that you browsed Torx screwdriver sets. Technically, the ones on there are called security Torx for the Xbox. I don't know if they have an official name, but we refer to it as security Torx. Yeah, it looks like that's what they refer to it as well. Security bit sets. So yeah, where they would have the hole in the center.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you could just take a small flathead and put it down in there and snap the peg off. Because those screws are so small that that peg has no strength to it, you know?
It's just that I want to fix my controller, but I pop the button off it.
Yeah. Because once you get inside, none of those screws have that peg, I think. So.
Attaching the front
Because
motherboard, yeah.
the
I've
what?
never seen this before.
The front of the controller, to be able to get into top to replace
Blueprint
the
acquired.
bumper, I've got
Yeah.
to take the front off. And that's actually connected to them security torque screws.
Hold on, I've got a drawer full of parts here. Let me look. Oh yeah, I tossed that the other day, so I used it up. Could be. Either way, those screws should be just as flimsy inside as they are on the outside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually when I have to open up a controller, I have to replace one of the joysticks.
Yeah.
The bumpers and triggers almost never fail. Or they haven't failed yet. I would rather say that than...
30
I've
seconds of
broken
oxygen remaining.
that right twice now.
You just have a heavy trigger finger?
Well, it's the upper bumper. And because I play Minecraft, even though I am left-handed, I use the right-hand keyboard to get through the toolbar at the bottom.
Oh, okay. So you need a new tack switch?
The hang on.
Because I think that's what they use as a tack switch on the bumpers.
Vital signs
I
stabilizing.
could be wrong though, I don't remember.
The RB button.
Yep, that's a
RB
tack.
and LB are connected by a piece of plastic.
Yep. Oh, and you snap that?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yep, I know what you're talking about now. I've had to replace those several times.
Yeah, I've snapped that twice. So the button just pops off and disappears.
Yep.
So now I have to replace that.
Yep. Usually when you buy a kit that replaces that piece, they also send that.
Yeah.
But I buy my parts from China, the parts that I think that would be okay to buy from China. That's usually one of them. Because they make it out of a thicker plastic in China than they do for the controller manufacturer. Not a thicker, a more dense one, I guess. So just a stronger one. You know how different plastics have different durabilities.
Yeah.
I find that the one in China is actually far more effective than the one that you can buy specifically for it in America.
Yeah.
It feels a bit different, but your hands are almost never on that piece.
Yeah.
So they're on the bumpers or the triggers. They're almost never on that little plastic flimsy piece there.
Yeah.
That also messes up your synchronize button too, if I recall correctly. So it'd be hard to connect it to another console without a wire.
No, well it costs me, I think it is like either £20 or £25 to have that fixed. last time it broke.
Like by a professional?
Yeah, by a gaming, well, a computer and console repair shop.
Yep. Most of that is you paying for the labor.
Yeah.
And when I say most of, I'd say probably 90% of that.
Probably.
Considering I found that you can buy pieces for like less than £5.
Mm.
So I was kind of a bit pissed off with that part.
Mm-hmm. See, when I fix stuff for people, I usually tell them what they could or couldn't do. So if they bring me a controller that has a broken joystick and they want me to fix it, I say, you probably want me to do this. Unless you're good with a soldering iron.
Yeah.
As soon as you say soldering iron, they either, I am good with it, tell me more. Or they're, nope, you do it. Because it is cheaper to just do it yourself, by far, because I'm going to charge you a bunch.
Yeah.
Because I use silver solder in lieu of lead solder. Because I don't feel like messing up my lungs repairing your stuff.
Yeah, because you're constantly having to buy a new filter mask for that.
Yep, and I'd have to buy a new filter for the fan I put behind it all the time, and
Yep.
possible health issues. I'd rather just use the silver. Which also requires a much more expensive soldering iron than just any old soldering iron, because it doesn't get hot enough. So... I did use lead solder for at least 2 years until I built up, and then I switched to silver because silver just is far more safer for everybody involved.
I need lead.
I'll send you all my old spools of lead solder. I still use it to fix wires. It's so much easier to heat a wire and use lead solder than it is to use silver solder to connect two wires.
And now I'm full.
Yeah, we figured out with that recycling machine too. He can make bars or ingots of titanium.
Yeah.
It takes like 5 to make 1 ingot, but he can then use the recycler to pop 5 back out of it in its raw state.
So that's free storage.
Yep, free storage. So he can do that with silver and copper and plenty of other things too, except for quartz. Like, you don't want to do it with quartz because quartz is, you can't go back. Like, if you make glass, you can't make quartz back out of glass.
No.
Which is really nifty, already considering the trick where he can put a full chest inside of a chest inside of a chest inside of a chest, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that one was rather interesting finding that one out.
Yeah.
Oh, as if Benny's still playing it.
That's how it goes when you play games too much.
That's got to be equivalent to putting a shulker box inside of a shulker box inside of a shulker box.
Yeah, it's basically a shulker box.
There's a reason why Minecraft doesn't let you do that.
Yeah, because it's unlimited storage.
Yeah. Imagine you could do that and then put one shulker chest into your ender chest and all of your materials are always safe.
Yeah.
You know, if you get killed, you're only losing the armor and stuff that you have on, and that's it. Which is a small risk factor.
Oh no, the armor and stuff. That's a lot of work, actually.
Well, in comparison, I mean, you have all the materials and things you need to build that back up anywhere you want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're playing on like a Minecraft server.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
And who's this?
It's a riot.
This is Riot Beard.
Uh-huh.
Atlum's actually played with me before, Bearded Weirdo.
Yeah.
But you're both bearded.
We are.
Oh,
Seek fuel indeed
hello, Magic.
Hello, how's it going?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Man, we are all over the place. You're Australian, aren't you?
No.
Nope.
No, where are you from?
I'm from England, mate.
Really?
Mhm.
Sounds Australian almost.
Basically,
I've
it's
been
the same
mistaken
language,
for
though.
Canadian before now, so
Oh, I couldn't mistake you for Canadian. I live too close to them. I know what they sound like. They basically sound like us with a few changes, and that's it.
don't know what you're talking about.
Without the
And they use the word buds a lot. Like Americans use the word dude. You guys use the word mate.
Mhm.
They use buds.
I'm not your guy, buddy. Oh dear. So
There
what's
was
everyone
that
up
was the
to?
British part.
Yeah.
The way you said, "Oh dear."
Yep. What are
um,
we all up to then?
Oh, we're just conversating about how she can go about fixing her controller for her Xbox,
Am I trying to find lead?
and he's trying to find lead.
Fair enough.
you need to drink something, Atlan.
Yeah, I always need to drink something.
He's in the middle of the ocean. Can't he just open his mouth? I mean, it's probably really salty, but I don't know. He's on a different planet. Maybe it's not salty at all.
Just add some chocolate to it and then it's good.
Oh dear.
Maybe it's high in potassium instead.
I think I have something to drink here. I can...
Banana water.
Yeah. I mean, he might have diarrhea if he drank too much of it, but... Oh, so the other day I felt like eating broccoli as a snack, so I went and bought like some broccoli and I steamed it, and I ate a lot of it. And that was like a giant boost to fiber in my diet. My body was like, we got to get rid of this stuff immediately. Like, I'm not kidding. There is no, I'll give it 30 more minutes before I go sit down. You're going to do it right now.
Oh dear.
I'm surprised you like turn your house like an area.
Yeah, no, I didn't have gas. It was just instant ejection. Like, it's got to go immediately.
Oh,
Insta poo.
Yeah. You ever had a Cuban coffee? That's what it was like.
okay.
Very, very concentrated coffee, and if you drink it and you're not used to it, you need to go sit on the toilet within the next half an hour.
Oh dear.
When you ask for a Cuban coffee, they give you a shot glass of it, and that's it. Because it's equivalent to like 5 cups of coffee. in one little
Destroying coffee. Coffee is supposed to be balanced.
shot.
It was
So
Imperial Iglesias. That's who was on about it.
Oh yeah, I seen that skit. Yeah, he said,
He ordered a bowl of it.
"Ay, oh, Dios," which is in English means "go with God." That's what that guy said to him when he drank the whole bowl of it. Go with God. Call an ambulance.
Oh god.
Oh yes, I forgot to ask. Right, over the man flu.
That was the funniest skit I've ever seen.
I'm sorry, who's over the man flu?
You.
Yeah. I'm all good now.
No corona.
No,
Corona
it
time.
wasn't corona. I just had a cold.
Do you want to know something funny? In America, we have a beer called Corona.
Hmm.
Yeah, we drink it too. In Norway.
But when this coronavirus broke out and people were buying stuff, originally, you know, out of ordinary large amounts, nobody
Yeah.
bought Corona beer.
They all stopped buying it. So you
Yeah.
got it.
Didn't
There
that
was
company
giant
went
piles of
bankrupt?
it because stores were stocking up on beer that is usually bought, and Corona's a very popular beer here. But
Didn't
nobody bought
Corona?
it,
I was sure that went bankrupt.
even though it has nothing at all to do with any of that stuff. No one would buy it.
I actually saw the news over that. I just had to laugh.
Yeah.
And I even saw, you know, videos of them pouring it down, and their partners are like, "What are you doing? You're not getting Corona." It's like, dude, don't be so thick.
And it's a Mexican beer, right? It's not even something we made.
Oh, it's no worse than the people burning down the bloody 5G masts because they believed Corona was spread by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Radiation sickness.
It just happened to be being built at the same time this thing came out, right?
Yeah.
hmm.
There was reports of headaches and stuff like that, and they figured that out almost immediately. There was reports of headaches in places that had those 5G things, and they were like, let's figure out what frequency that is, because most people don't realize that if you have a high frequency modem that's
Hmm.
sends out Wi-Fi signals, you can get a headache from it.
Oh yeah.
So they just changed the frequency.
Yeah.
And
There's people who
still-
are allergic to Wi-Fi, though, isn't there?
Yes.
I'm glad that isn't me.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
practically surrounded by wires. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are in your little garage.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a Yoshi.
In places like Estonia, if you go to Estonia ever to visit, no matter where you are in Estonia, doesn't matter where you are. You could be in the middle of the high mountains. You have Wi-Fi, and it's free.
Jesus.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. That's
Yeah,
there.
I should
And
move
one.
there.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that it's slow or something. You know, like if you have every citizen in the Estonia using it, I'm not exactly
yeah.
sure how much power they have to have. You know. But I watch a YouTuber from there, and his videos are 1080p, so it might not be too bad. But he lives in like one of their popular cities, I think their capital actually.
Hmm.
So it's probably best there than it is elsewhere. Have a lot of respect for Estonia. They were able to fight off the Russians in World War II.
Oh God, yeah.
And they're a small country.
They
That's
were
no
also
small
on the
feat.
front line of the Chernobyl.
And there's like the running joke that they want to be Nordic, like their Finnish brothers, because they're
Yeah.
really close to Finland. When Finland was attacked by Russia, Estonia went to help. And when
Yeah.
Estonia was attacked by Russia, Finland came to help.
Oh, that's
And,
pretty cool.
Yeah. And so they're really close, and Finland is Nordic, and so Estonia
Yeah.
wants to be Nordic, but they're not seen as Nordic, they're seen as Slavic.
Nah.
It's like it's just a title. Just give them the title. Is it really that
Yeah.
big of a deal? It's not like, you know, it means something these days anymore. And
Oh,
it's still a
God, no.
cultural thing, but it doesn't really mean anything anymore, you know? Yes, I'm
No,
American.
that's it.
Yes, you're British, but does that mean anything?
Don't insult the Atlas. Don't come at you with the battle axe.
If he can lift a battle axe, I'd already be running. I'd be both impressed but running. You're like, I may not be able to lift a battle axe, but you ain't gonna catch me holding one. It's gonna take a lot of strength to run with that thing.
They weigh about 10 to 12 pounds.
Vital signs
That it?
stabilizing.
Yeah. Most of it's in the head.
Yep. So if you hold the head closer to you, you'll be fine.
I used to do medieval reenactment. So I've actually swung a battle axe and been in a shield wall and the such like.
What are those? That kind of cosplay this thingy, isn't it?
No, no, no. It's reenacting old battles, man.
Yeah.
Running around with big lumps of metal on sticks and hitting each other with them.
Yeah.
Good fun.
I seen that on telly actually.
I used to be part of the Norseman group.
Not really surprised on that one. Considering how big your beard is.
Mm-hmm. But no, it was good fun, that was.
Always fun playing, huh?
Mm. Running around a field, you know. I love getting up against the guys in plate armor. You could really swing for them and they wouldn't feel it, so... Put some nice dents in their shiny armor.
Oh, it looks very nice and shiny. Ooh, smooth too. Not even...
The more dents there are in them, the cooler they look, actually.
Oh no. Bloody enchantments.
Enchantments?
Oh, sorry, I'm playing Magic.
Ah, the card game?
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, I play it online. What they call it? Arena. That's the one.
There's one glass. 9 diamonds.
You play Magic the Gathering?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a draft on Friday.
Seek fluid intake.
The last draft I went to was the open one for. It was it was like the pre-release. It was a pre-release draft for Eldritch.
Oh God.
That was the last one I went to. Because these days the abilities and effects and stuff, they're just getting out of control. Like, I don't like seeing a green card or a white card with Deathlink. Like, that doesn't belong on a white card, okay? Stop putting it on things it doesn't belong on.
I've got myself a nice little mill deck at the moment. Blue and black.
Yeah, see, blue and black should be a mill deck. That makes sense to me.
Lots of insta-kills. Lots of insta-kills, lots of discard cards.
Is that the one that you make people rage quit with?
Yeah. I am an absolute troll, I can't help it. I have so many people rage quit on me when I'm playing.
Fun one, people rage quit.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Hi Kyoshi, welcome back.
Usually when I see blue, I instantly quit. Such an annoying color. You have a control deck or a counterspell deck, I'm out of here. I'm not going to deal with it.
No, a friend of mine runs like a business selling Magic the Gathering and stuff.
Yep.
and I showed him my deck, and he's just like, "I would not play against you.
Yeah.
I will
built a
not
deck.
play against you."
I built 2 decks back in the day that I played at this one place, and both of them got banned. Not from DCI, but from them. They just wouldn't let me use them anymore. Because I had a deck that would allow me to win in turn 0.
Oh Jesus!
Like, like if they start the game and they choose themselves first, I could win on their turn.
Jesus. That's
And
crazy.
that deck cost me something like $590. Then I also had a deck that would allow me to win on turn 2. And both of those decks got banned.
I can understand.
Yeah. I won those tournaments every time I entered, and they're like, "You can't enter those decks anymore." It's like, why not? I put the thought into it. Because I would have like an infinite mana deck and then Fireball. Or I'd Brain Geyser them, and then end my turn. Like, you can draw 700 cards in my turn.
Yep.
Oh, looks like you lose. But I played back when Mana Burn was still a thing. It's not a thing anymore, so.
No. Oh, like I say, I'm a bit of a troll and a bit of a talented amateur at this, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great combo.
When Mirrodin was out, I built so many decks that just annoyed people.
That is my main goal in any game, is to annoy people.
You ever laid down the first card and instantly people pick their deck and then walk away from the table? He wins 0-2 or 2-0.
Yep.
I put 1 mana down. I don't care, man.
I had that at the last draft I went to. I laid down 2 mana and they just walked away. They said, "Nope, can't beat you." Oh, okay.
I made a freaking cycle deck once in a booster draft that cycling a cycle deck wouldn't work in, but it totally did. Yeah. And I won it, and people were very confused on how I could have possibly gotten all the cards I needed for that deck to work.
Yep.
And because they're right, it wasn't.
I hate cycle decks.
Yeah.
Oh, they make me angry.
Because you can't stop a cycle.
Nope. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yep. You can't counter it. You can't stop me from doing it. I can do it whenever I want.
Mm-hmm. I despise those so much.
Yep. I think a cycle deck versus a mill deck is perfect.
Oh, it is the one deck that can actually beat my deck. A cycle deck. Yep. That's why I hate it so much.
It's the direct counter to that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look,
you're gonna make me throw cards away? Why, thank you. Then you have a creature that's like, summon this out of the graveyard. This deals 1 damage to that player based on the number of creature cards on top of it in the grave pile. Well, since you made me mill 30 of my cards, let's see how much damage you just took, eh?
That's it, man. It's frustrating, is what it is. It's just
And since I'm summoning from the graveyard, you can do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't counter this at all. Oh God. Okay. Not quite sure what this guy's up to.
But then again, Magic is so vast, you know. Do you remember the Power 9 deck?
No.
It's the deck that had like the Mox Emerald, Mox Ruby, Black Lotus, and all that stuff in it.
Oh God, yes, I know the one you mean.
I've seen someone beat that deck with a $10 starter deck of goblins.
Oh,
Just
that
fucking rushed them.
Yeah, couldn't do anything.
sounds so brutal.
And we're talking about a deck that's valued at like $10,000, $12,000 or more,
Mhm.
versus a deck that's $10 that you can just buy as a starter deck, as is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how crazy Magic is. No matter how good your deck is, it can still be beaten by a deck that's not very good at all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, really easily.
sounds crazy.
If they've got enough low-level creatures to just drain your life away.
Yep. Or artifacts that tap to do damage and blah blah blah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
The-
whenever you
the
see a red
latest-
deck, you can expect to see a lot of direct damage heading your way.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, how many lightnings and shocks you got in that deck?
Yeah. Oh,
Goblin
bloody
grenades.
Shock. Shock is just the bane of my existence.
Yep. You get shock. There's the other one too, where it's not. It's kind of like shock, but a little different. It won't deal damage to the player, but it'll deal two damage to a creature, or 4 damage if it's an artifact. And that came out of the Mirrodin deck, and I forgot what that's called. It was shock, but it was like something shock. It was a
Yeah, it
specific
was-
shock.
Yeah, it was an upgraded version. And Jesus H. Christ.
I remember
Oh.
after Mirrodin block came out, I built a red deck, and I won every tournament for the first 4 months because everyone was using the artifacts, and I put
Yeah.
Shatterstorm in my red deck.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah, and all their lands were artifacts too, so I shattered their
Yeah.
lands. Then come to find out, they reprinted Shatterstorm after Darksteel came out. And now they don't even do blocks anymore. Now it's just a what they call it now, but yeah, everyone was using the affinity for artifacts, and they're throwing out like their whole deck, and I'd be like, yeah, 4 mana Shatterstorm, yeah.
Yep.
So by the end of that, all they had sitting there was a Darksteel Colossus. That yeah, you summoned your whole deck, and now I'm putting it all in the graveyard along with your mana.
You know that you asked about that geyser, isn't it? Just got past.
Say again?
That pink geyser thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you've just gone past?
Yeah, the pink geyser?
Ah,
Yeah, that looks like Corazine from StarCraft, or Terrazine. Can't
Maybe.
remember what I think it was Terrazine. I think it's Terrazine. Corazine is something else. Actually, Corazine is not even the right word. I just say Corazine. I think it's kerosene,
Yeah.
and I just say Corazine. So when I grew up in Florida, they called it kerosene.
Hmm.
So when I moved up here, I never heard nobody really used it, and then I heard it again in Iowa because we do use it here, and I always called it kerosene, and people look at me like, "What the heck is that?" Oh, sorry, Corazine, whatever. You know what's really funny? The last Olympics that were played, the Americans were sponsored by BP Fuel.
Yeah.
Was it? To us, that's just a gas station, but what it stands for is British Petrol.
Yep. British Petroleum. That's
Yeah.
the jobby.
And we're sponsored by them. That's what I was like laughing the whole time. You know, the British people are probably sitting there like, these guys are traitors, man. That's when Michael Phelps won all those gold medals, all by British Petrol. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah, no worries, man.
We need to poke a Benny.
Poke Benny.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very lewd act.
No.
It's always fun to poke a Benny.
You guys on Minecraft?
No, I'm on Subnautica now, new one.
Oh, Subnautica, good game.
I'm trying out the new updates.
I haven't played it for a while, but I was kind of into that at one point.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Beautiful, beautiful game.
Yeah.
Below Zero I've not played. Normal one I have. But should I say number one?
Yeah.
Because technically Below Zero's.
Yeah, it's the second one, isn't it?
I haven't completed. It
I
pissed
should
me off because I couldn't
get
find
back.
one of the pieces,
Warning. 30 seconds
yeah.
of oxygen.
even though I had Googled it and everything, found the video on YouTube, tried to find it and it wasn't there.
Yep.
So where the gone? So I couldn't do anything. I need. 'Cause I think
Yeah.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yeah, the modification station.
that's the one. Could I find it? Could. And because I couldn't
Yep.
find that one, I couldn't get any further.
Yeah.
Oxygen.
It's a pain in the arse to begin with, but because you have to look in certain areas for certain stuff, or
Yeah.
you did have to anyway.
Well, I've already got
The
Atlan blew one of them up earlier.
Say again?
You blew one of them up earlier.
Sea track?
No. That little pod you're in at the front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sea track. But it's called sea moth in the regular.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well I had the sea moth, I had the bigger one. Wow.
Yeah.
The